Whether you're in a relationship or you've got someone in mind or you're in a situationship or you want to get your ex back, this is the one thing you need to implement if you want them to fall for you and fall in love with you. You need to give them space. At the beginning of a relationship, men will often rush things. They'll want to spend every waking moment with you. They'll want to text you all day, every day. They'll want to make plans, which is all very good. These are all really good signs. But as women and the feminine energy, we need to slow it down. We need to be in flow. They're like full bulldozing. We need to be the leader in the group. We're the neck, basically. We're the neck. They're the head, but the neck controls the head. So what we need to do is give a man space. Giving a man space is what helps them fall for you. They need to use their imagination. I know a lot of people don't want to think of game playing, but they do love the chase, okay? It's just hardwired into them. And we all love getting something that is a little bit out of reach. Men need to feel like you are the prize that they captured. If you are that little bit out of reach, they will come running. You need to give a man space in the relationship to help it grow. Now, what does space look like? So I don't think you should play games, but the way space works is first you have a woman and a man, and the man is interested in her and she has her own life. She's got friends, family, hobbies, work, everything going on for her. She's got her life kind of going pretty good. Doesn't have to be perfect, but it's going pretty well. And the man has his life going on too, because they're very good at keeping their hobbies, their friends, the things they do, even within a relationship. What tends to happen is that this single woman is, feeling her best, loving life, and then meets someone and wants to pour all that energy that she's been pouring into other stuff in her life into the man, which is great at first, and he loves it, but then it can stop the polarity from continuing. So what I would advise and what men really respond well to is giving them that space just to miss you. And so what would that look like? So maybe not responding to texts so fast. And that is easy when you have a full life and you're not obsessed with the guy. When you have a full life and you literally are busy and you look at your phone and you think, oh, well, I'll reply to that later. You don't have to play games when you're actually that person. So I don't think you should do this if you're doing it as a tactic, because we're human. We're all the same. We can pick up from a mile away when someone's really desperate, when someone's got really desperate energy. We can pick up a mile away that they're doing it to get a reaction, or doing it holding back because they think that this will help build connection. No. It needs to be genuine. If you're not going to reply straight away, it needs to be genuine. Sometimes reply straight away. Sometimes reply 2 hours later. Just give the man, that is part of giving space. Another one is, like I said earlier, men will want to see you every night. They'll want to rush the relationship, but you need to keep up your hobbies, your interests, your friends, and that's throughout the whole relationship, okay? Once you're even in a fully committed relationship, you have to keep doing that. Otherwise, they get a little lazy. So you need to give them that space to fall for you more, to miss you, to want you, to crave you. And some people get scared of the space because it's oh no, if I give them too much space, they'll forget about me. It's actually the opposite. They want what's that little bit out of reach. So you can really lean into this, and just basically all the way I look at it is it's you keeping your life. You have to have a life. And remember, they're not your therapist. They're not your best friend. I mean, they can be your best friend, but usually they're not going to be the same as a female best friend, because they're not going to be as chatty about every single detail of your life. So another thing that I would suggest is like not sharing everything all at once. Give some mystery to you, you know. You don't have to share everything about your life. There'll be times where things will come up and they don't even know that little aspect about you, and they'll think, wow. And then that is igniting the relationship, because there's so much to learn about you, because you're multifaceted. You're a multifaceted human. And yeah, giving that space, having time apart, really important. Not being codependent. I know a lot of women love being codependent in relationships, and I know a lot of men love it too. But it kind of breaks attraction, unfortunately. Men will slip into anything. They're not really that conscious of what they're like, of relationships like women are. So they'll slip into a codependent relationship and not understand why they're spending all night on working on their car and not attending to your relationship and having dinner and having some quality time. That's because you haven't given them enough space. So they'll take the space, and then you'll end up getting annoyed because they're spending too much time doing their own thing when you've let go of all your friends, family, hobbies, everything else, because they were so happy in this codependent relationship. But it ends up being that they'll take the space, and you'll build resentment because you've given up everything to make space for him, basically. So you need to keep everything that you have going, and make sure you don't have to see them every day. If they go on a holiday, that's great. Separate holidays are awesome. Of course, spend time together and have time together and do joint holidays, but don't be freaked out if they decide, oh, I want to go on a boys' trip. Awesome. That is the best. They'll come back and they can't wait to see you. And you've had time to cultivate your own self-love, your own routines, and spend time with yourself. And you're not like getting jealous or FOMO about him spending more time with his friends than you, because you've got your full life and you've given the space, and it doesn't feel like death. It's just like two whole people coming together, enhancing each other's life, not being joined at the hip like codependent. So I would highly recommend that if you're in a relationship, or you're about to, or you're seeing someone, give space to the man, or especially in the early stages of dating, give that space so that he can miss you and he can pursue you and he can wonder about you and think, what is she up to? Where is she? Why isn't she so available? Wow, she must be pretty cool. Like, who doesn't want someone who is a little bit out of reach? We all want that cool person who isn't at every party, who isn't at every event, and when they show up, it's like, hello, you're here. That's awesome. And you must have friends like that only come to one thing at a time. And when they do show up, it's like, yay, you're the best, even though they're probably not any more special than anyone else who goes to every event religiously without fail. But because there's scarcity in them, they're not always there, you perceive them as higher value. And it's just the dance of being human, okay? Anyway, I hope that helped. If you liked it, please put a comment down below. Please subscribe, put a like, and I will see you in the next video.